Adrianah Lee is filing for defamation. This lawsuit follows allegations brought against Slick. Right. So, as many people have heard, or maybe you haven't, there was a drama a little while ago, back in September of last year, involving a person named Adrianah Lee going after one of Mizkif's closest, or one of Mizkif's friends. I shouldn't say closest because I don't know that to be true, but one of Mizkif's friends being Crazy Slick. I will refer to him as Slick from here on out. So, a recent development in that story has come up, that being Adrianah Lee is filing for defamation. That's right. Adrianah Lee is now filing a defamation lawsuit against Mizkif, OTK, and more. Now, who is Adrianah Lee? Why does that name sound awfully familiar? Well, this is where we're going to be getting into... I'm going to get into a real quick recap, so I'll probably put like a timestamp in the description of the video so that you can just skip ahead if you don't really care. But anyway, without further ado, the quick little recap is, in 2020, Adrianah goes to a party where allegations of Slick touching her will inevitably come from. At some point in 2021, Adrianah finds out about the pulse checking on her neck and arm. And this happens between 2020 and 2021. And in 2021, Adrianah finds out about what Slick does, the more inappropriate touching, because Novaru goes live to tell Adrianah's story. Adrianah gets upset with her and writes the first twitlonger, in which she says no assault happened. That twitlonger is from this tweet. So you can see that this happened in July of 2021. This is the twitlonger, same day. And she basically outlines that on January 19th, she went to Novaru's 21st birthday party. Anyway, this isn't really relevant. I mean, it is, but it isn't. I'm just putting it out there. And during which her friends tell her that there was touching around the chest area. Anyway, so in 2022, the drama comes up again thanks to Trainwrecks going after Mizkif because of the Twitch gambling incident. And this is where he accuses him of covering up a sexual assault. Now this takes us back to 2021, where apparently Miz sends Maya to talk to Adrianah and make sure she puts that no assault happened in that twitlonger. Because apparently before this, she was going to put that. We have no way of really confirming any of that, but that's basically the drama. In 2022, everything gets convoluted to the point that no one's story really makes sense except for Adrianah's and Trainwreck's, because a lot of the facts were lining up in a line that would have suggested that is where it was going, what really happened. So, because of this, OTK would put out a statement. Now, keep in mind, they did an internal investigation on the situation. And you can see this is her evidence for all the things that Slick had been doing to her up till this point, and other girls as well. So, it's a long list that I think even keeps going. No, okay. It's a long list of things. Anyway, so come the end of 2022, moving into 2023, we get this. Literally, come the end of 2022. On September 20th, OTK began the process of contracting a third-party law firm to investigate the conduct and allegations made against one of our founding members, Mizkif. We proceeded to retain Jackson Walker LLP, one of the largest and most experienced, neutral, investigative firms in our state. The scope of the investigation was to determine whether or not Mizkif attempted to cover up or minimize a sexual assault allegedly committed by one of his former roommates. Jason Walker was granted free rein to gather all relevant facts, interview witnesses, and advise OTK as to whether evidence supported the allegations. Mizkif was placed on unpaid leave for the duration of the investigation. We don't know how long the investigation was. If I had to suspect, I'd say it probably went until around October 11th, because that's when Mizkif went live. Basically rejoicing that Twitch gambling was banned. Basically, so October 11th he goes live, and then October 18th is the banning of gambling permanently on Twitch. That was his quote-unquote comeback stream, in which he further, basically further incriminated himself in a lot of people's opinions, mine included. I just personally think that I personally think that he did the thing that people accused him of. There's evidence that suggests it. There's testimony that suggests it. Everything, like, it really does suggest that there was some kind of cover-up or something that went on. Anyway, according to Jason Walker's investigations counsel did not find direct evidence that Mizkif attempted to minimize or cover up sexual assault as alleged. Nevertheless, OTK believes that Mizkif has shown a callous disregard towards the severity of sexual misconduct and racial prejudice in our space. His statements regarding these matters on his comeback stream on October 11th demonstrated a lack of empathy and ignorance towards the seriousness of the situation and the impact that his conduct has on our community. So, even though the investigation firm didn't find any evidence, OTK themselves, that being Asmongold and a few others, that he's the only one I really know anymore, still think that he did it based on his comeback stream. This doesn't make sense. And I'll keep reading. Due to his actions, the OTK Board of Directors has suspended Mizkif from his board duties effective immediately. And he will be placed on monitored probation until he demonstrates to the board that he is capable of upholding our organization's values. His status as an OTK member has otherwise been reinstated. It's kind of sad when you really stop and think about it, because, you know, this is a serious thing, and they just say, "Oh no, you're welcome back. You're not on the board anymore, but you're just welcomed back with open arms." Well, I shouldn't have said exactly that, because as we know, Adrianah Lee filed the suit. The suit filed by Adrianah Lee doesn't include details about why she filed the defamation suit. We'll update with more details as they're revealed. This lawsuit follows allegations brought against Slick, allegations that were originally brought to light by a feud between Trainwrecks and Mizkif on September 19th, 2020. Trainwrecks alleged that Mizkif orchestrated the cover-up for his friends in relation to creators being sexually assaulted. This just goes over what we had already talked about. Adrianah has gone on the record saying that Mizkif should have been banned on Twitch a short time after he returned to the platform on October 11th. She also posted a Twitter thread of people who had allegations of their own against Slick. So, like, this conspiracy, like, goes super deep, as you can see. Like, this is to the point that I do honestly believe that the guy probably has done some weird shit to girls. You know, there's enough in here to suggest it. That's all I'm saying. Crazy Slick has been radio silent ever since, and has chosen to delete all of his videos on YouTube, Twitch. Meanwhile, both Maya and Mizkif are still very active creators on the Twitch and YouTube. I didn't know Maya was still doing things. Is she? Maya Higa. Huh, guess she is. I did not realize that she was still active. I thought she did her last stream. Maybe that was something else. These events were followed by a number of creators leaving OTK. Bruce Drop-'em-Off left in late January and later called out Mizkif for messages sent to him shortly following his resignation. I kind of want to see that. Okay, not doing that. OTK's co-founder Rich Campbell also resigned after sexual assault allegations came out against him on December 16th, 2022. So it's not been a good time for OTK in general. He has also remained radio silent. Now, this is where I get into... Personally, I do think that there's some weird shit that's going on. I think that you can look at the org and understand that something's off. Something's just not right. Why do I say it's not right? Well, on one end of the spectrum, you have Mizkif, who's apparently done nothing wrong, but is still placed on administrative leave, basically, until they think that his conduct is better and that he can conduct himself properly. And then on the other end, apparently the investigation firm found nothing wrong. Why would that be? Why would it be that suddenly he's just allowed back if the investigation firm found nothing wrong? Well, maybe it's a little bit more deep than even they're letting on. Maybe he did do something, and they're just trying to cover for him because he was one of the founding members, like they said. Personally, with this lawsuit, I really do want to. I do want to know where this is going. Oh no, it's gonna kill. Damn it. I do want to know where this lawsuit's going because it's actually interesting to see whether or not we're actually going to be getting real evidence or anything like that happening anytime soon. I'd imagine that she's going into this with the evidence in mind, and that it's not just random things, or or she doesn't have the evidence. I firmly believe she has to have something. But maybe I'm wrong. I'd like to hear your thoughts in the comments, I just want to know. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not. Who knows? So, if you think I'm wrong, leave it in the comments, explain your reason. If not, I don't really care what you do after that. Alright, well, until next time, I will see you